police emergency and non-emergency dispatch. Press 1.
Vineland Police, operator 9966.
Yeah, this is Teresa Lockwood. I'm trying to make a complaint, and I had to deal with like somebody who's just a dip, and I can't handle that. Especially if they're a woman, and I can't handle unintelligent women. I'd rather speak to a woman, by the way, but I need to speak to an intelligent woman, and not a Pentecostal. Their minds are debased. I cannot communicate with them. They're worthless beings.
Okay, hold on, okay?
Mm-hmm. They shouldn't be in our police department. Pentecostals, Catholics, they just need, you want a better law enforcement department? Get rid of those. Baptists, yeah, anti-theist, atheists, LFBTQ, RPs. Don't let them in the department. Nazarenes, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons. They're worthless beings. Buddhists, Mohammedans. Of course, there wouldn't be enough people, right? I cannot take. It's worse dealing with. It's expected to deal with a male being an ignorant, arrogant, barbaric savage, unintelligent, immorally debased. But to deal with a woman like that, it's too close, and it basically is just. It's worse. It's nasty. Hurts just well, no. Hurts worth with a woman. With a male, you deal with it, and men freaking abuse you and stuff. Oh, it's they cause a lot of damage. I can't take dumb people. Not excusable. They shouldn't be in my presence. I need somebody at least with basic common sense. Not excusable. I was raised surrounded by stupid people. Not excusable to be stupid. And nobody teach me anything. At 12 years old, I was more intelligent than these people. And it's swine I was surrounded by. Cat wants to go out. Something wrong with humanity. There's not enough like decent human beings in the world. Not enough of them. I called since 3 o'clock this morning, or this afternoon. Sorry, this afternoon. Anybody show up? Called a number of times. Hours just went by. Called a couple times in between those hours. Oh, they're busy. There are 45 police officers in a police department. They're not all taken up. A lot of them go home, by the way. They get paid and go home. I know that for a fact. They're driving all through town for hours, going doing shopping, probably going there, and going there. You see the same officers. There's a number of them. They just park their vehicle at their house. Get paid for not working. On payroll. They ain't got enough officers. Well, a lot of them harassed me for being a victim of domestic violence. They treat innocent victim, immoral women of domestic violence as criminals. They criminalize us. And they create more crimes on top of other crimes. And then call us the criminal. And we're not the criminal, and they are the criminals, and they become more the criminal. Like, I might as well, call up a prison. Oh, they're gonna. This is just unbelievable.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency, please press 1. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, please enter. For police emergency and non-emergency.
Vineland Police, operator 9826.
Yeah, I need to speak to an officer, preferably a woman who is not a Pentecostal degenerate or not an LFBTQRP.
Okay, I currently don't have any female officers that are available.
I can speak to a male if they're not a Pentecostal, not Catholic,
Okay,
don't have the
I'm
mark of
not
the
involved in
beast.
religion, so you can just speak to a regular officer.
I need to make a complaint against a theft by Daily Journal. And I was just told it's not a theft by a liar.
Yes, you can speak to the front desk officer.
I don't know who that is. That degenerate foul woman I just spoke to. Hello? See, this is what they do. They're harassing me. I just got hung up on. They deliberately ignore my complaint all day long, and they're making up lies that, oh, it's not theft, that's somebody falsely, without my permission, took money off my card. Even though... These police have the mark of the beast. That's why they attack me.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency, please press. For police emergency and
Vineland Police, operator 9966.
Yeah, I just got hung up on. I was transferred to the front desk and they hung up on me. Making noises.
Okay, do you want me to transfer you back down there and you try again?
I need to speak to an officer to make my complaint about theft.
That's
Against
what I'm trying
theft.
to transfer you down to. You want me to try again for you?
I guess.
Okay, hold on. Don't hang up, okay?
Uh-huh. She said, oh, softly. Don't hang up, okay?
Vineland Police Department is Officer Bender.
Yeah, who am I speaking to?
Officer Bender?
Bender?
Yes.
You just hung up on me.
I'm sorry, I answered the phone. I couldn't hear anybody. What's going on? How are you?
Okay. Yeah, this is Teresa Lockwood, but you know that because I was just hung up on. Deliberately. I'm not going to play these games. I'm a grown woman, and I don't do this. I'm trying to make a complaint against theft. Theft was taken off my card, and people keep covering up every time I get stolen. People steal from me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. People steal from me or whatever, and they keep cover it up. I'm not looking for people to make false complaints against me. My call was ignored all day, by the way. I'm going to throw that in there. I don't appreciate it. All day long, because it's midnight, and I started calling around 3 o'clock.
I know, ma'am. I'm sorry. We've been busy with priority calls. I apologize.
Yeah, that's their new line that people are told. But there's, how many officers on a shift? They're working during the time of a shift? About 45 officers throughout Vineland. Okay? To sit there and to say no officers were available from like 3 o'clock is false. So they're having officers that have unjustly discriminated against me, so it narrows down the number. I get that, okay? But people are basically told this whole thing about priority calls. Oh, I respect that and wholeheartedly. But since 3 o'clock, about 45 plus more officers on a shift. So, I don't know exactly. There could be 50 or, I don't know, even 100. I don't know. So, I have a right to make a complaint, and nobody has a right to sit there and refuse my rights, by the way. And I know how, my complaint, I know how to apply the law. Apparently, I spoke to a woman. She doesn't know how to apply the law. I know how to apply the law, and I'm making a rightful complaint like I always do. So every officer sitting there refusing my complaints is because they don't know how to apply the law, not me. Don't scapegoat me. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, so you're going to play games?
I'm listening to you, Teresa.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Obviously, I need to make my complaint. Yeah, I know. You people think it's funny? And I got from all your little degenerate little chaplains or whatever going around vilifying and victim blaming the victim and mocking me being a victim. Oh, you have a victim mentality. This is what be said in your police department. That's really deranged. You know what? If I thought like you, I shouldn't exist. Not you as in you personally. I don't know if you said that personally, but the people who are saying these things and vilifying and victim blaming the victim and basically abusing me for years, by the way. Destroyed my life or whatever. Oh, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Why they're blaming me. You like to point the finger, telling me I should point the finger at myself instead of them, and they're the ones committing the crimes against me. I don't commit crimes against people. I don't have any victims. But you people have apparently, I know for me, for a fact, I'm the only innocent person in the world I know, besides children. So, until they're ruined and become, like all you people. So,
Are you just gonna sit here and humiliate me, or are you gonna?
I'm describing the crimes being committed against me and what people do to me. So if you feel humiliated by me speaking law against crime, that's the humiliation you all put on yourselves. So I'm basically speaking against crime. I'm speaking law against crime. So let that sink in. So if you're going to sit there and play the game, oh, you're going to humiliate me. You people have been humiliating me all around Vineland for years, and I didn't ask for it. I didn't deserve it. I don't deserve what happens to me. You people sat there and said, oh, I deserve what happens to me. Oh, because I'm a good, lawful person? Because I'm a righteous child of God. I'm hated so much. You all are so jealous. It's unbelievable. You can't even just be right. There would be no jealousy if you people were right. So you want to play these little games to humiliate you? You're the people who sit there and slander me to humiliate me, and you can't even use the truth against me. If I basically wore humiliation to my own shame and because of a fault or something I did, then I deserve it. So all I'm doing is speaking law against crime. So when you speak law against crime, when you're going out and you're supposedly not the criminal, arresting criminals, are they humiliated because it's their fault? Because of what they did? Or because police are doing something unlawful or whatever? And where's the humiliation lie? Where does it lie? So that makes no sense to me. Like you're speaking, that seems a little backwards. I'm speaking law against crime, so I'm humiliating you. Why do you sound like the criminal? Hello?
Well,
Like, why do you sound like the criminal? You say, oh, you're humiliating me. Then I'm sitting there and I get humiliated. I've been humiliated since I was a child, but it's not my humility, and I bear no false guilt, and I bear no shame whatsoever. And all the things I ever did all my entire life. So you can get your little chaplains to sit there and try to humiliate me and slander me or whatever, and claiming, oh, well, I don't get too close to people because of shame. Shame for what? I'm a righteous person. I bear no shame. This is what's going on in your police department. Like, my life is destroyed. Don't underestimate the delusions of people.
all right, Teresa, I'm not going to sit here while you bash my police department and me.
Speaking against crime is bashing people. Speaking against crime is not bashing people.
Okay, but you're sitting here talking crap.
I'm speaking against crime.
And my officers,
I'm speaking against crime. And you're mistreating me and refusing my rights. That's all I've done.
Okay, well, if you don't have anything to report and you just want
I do, and I already said it. I'm being stolen from, and you're sitting there, and you're a Pentecostal then, aren't you? You sound just like a Pentecostal. I just identified you. So I called the report a crime, and I'm being refused my rights. So you're lying. You lie like a dirty little child molesting Pentecostal. You're falsely accusing me. He's a Pentecostal. They're terrorizing me in my town, slandering me. I don't really care. They're attacking me for speaking against child molestation, by the way, and child molesting doctrines or whatever, and they're persecuting me. Oh, you're bashing people. This is their excuse. This is how child molesters do it. All I did. And what did I do all that time? Before I said rightly that they acted like child molester freaking people. Oh, you're bashing us because, speaking against crime?
Right now. For a list of further options, please press 2.
They're trying to make excuses not to take my complaint. Gonzalez, I'm going to do a video about Gonzalez. I sat there, I went to the police department to make a complaint or whatever, and they sat there and like, oh, you're not letting me speak, to sit there and refusing me to speak because they're sitting there controlling me, refuse me to make a complaint, to control my conversation and cut me off.
Press 5. For animal control, press 6.
Vineland Police, operator 9966.
Okay, I just got harassed by Officer Bender. Okay, they're harassing me because I'm an intelligent, white, moral woman that's religious. Because I'm a prophetess of God.
Okay. Would you like to talk to your supervisor?
I'd like to speak to somebody who's sound of mind, not like the crazy, delusional people who just making up and slandering me to refuse my complaint. They act like child rapists.
Okay, I can get your name and number and give it to the supervisor.
I need specifically a moral, sound of mind person, not a Pentecostal degenerate. Okay.
Religions here.
They're not religious. They're irreligious degenerates. I'm religious. Religious is laws of justice. That's my religion. Religion is laws of justice. It's the only religion I respect and the only religion that exists. That's the only religion I speak. That's what I'm speaking, law against crime. That's the only religion that there is. So I don't know what they have nothing to do with religion. They're not religion. They're not religious at all. Pentecostal is a cult. It's an irreligious cult. They just hung up on me. I don't know. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're just like delusional. It's all they had, delusions. They don't know anything about religion. Religion is laws of justice. What does Pentecostals have to do with religion? Nothing. They're not religious. They're immoral, debased, degenerates. You explain something, teach people the law, and they hang up on you?
Or listed further options.
They're debased-minded, irreligious, debased-minded people. That means lawless.
For police emergency and non-emergency dispatch, please press 1.
Vineland Police, operator 9966.
Yeah, I just got hung up on, and I basically, just because I corrected somebody and told them that religion is laws of justice.
Screaming at somebody, nobody wants to talk to you like that.
What's that?
When you scream at people, they don't want
I didn't scream at anybody. They're lying.
No.
I didn't scream. I have it on recording. I didn't scream at anybody.
You're raising your voice at me, and I'm just trying to get you.
I'm recording you. You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're falsely accusing me to refuse me to make a complaint because I don't believe in child rape.
You to a supervisor and screamed at me about religion. So.
Religion is laws of justice. That's all I said. And you hung up on me. And then you falsely accused me of screaming at you? I recorded it, so you're lying. Oh, she's a child molester submitter. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, she's one of those. Ill. An uncle fucker. She falsely accused me of screaming at her. I didn't scream at her. I got it all on recording. She just lied. I didn't scream at anybody. This is what they're doing. You're hanging up on me. You're going to falsely accuse me of screaming at you. Oh, religion. I just told her that religion is laws of justice. They're churchian child molester submitters. That's what they are. Their minds are so debased. Who are you to sit there and hang up on me? Think you can hang up on me? I'm just trying to talk to somebody, and they're refusing to listen to me, and they're harassing me and disrespecting me.
If you know your party's 4-digit extension.
They refuse to call me back all day long. They barred me from and put me on a flag list and barred me from the Vineland Police Department. I have a right to make a complaint because I don't believe in rape. They just hung up on me again. Hanging up on me for no reason. Going outside. I thought my cat was in there. I did let her out. They're mad because I'm sitting there telling them how they're acting. They're acting like child molester submitters of a Catholic or Pentecostal church.
4-digit extension. Please enter it.
And they're hanging up on me. I'm not doing anything wrong. When I sit there and describe what they're doing for not doing anything wrong, just trying to make a complaint earlier, and she's sitting there refusing my complaint and making up things. I think I waited too much long to play push 2. Shoot. They're sitting there falsely accusing me to set me up. That's what they're doing.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department. If this is an emergency, please press 1.
I asked earlier the other officer to let me speak to somebody who's intelligent and knows the law and respects the law. And is going to take my complaint.
Please press 2.
And she refused me.
For police emergency and non-emergency dispatch, please.
She goes, oh, that's not theft. She just made it up.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I was just hung up on. I'm trying to speak to an officer to basically make a complaint against a theft off of my debit card without my permission.
Okay. Would you like to speak to a supervisor?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently they promoted like corrupt supervisors, so I don't even know who to speak to or whatever. I'm just trying to make a complaint. I had that right, and I'm being refused my rights for being a white, intelligent woman who don't have the mark of the beast. Oh, shoot.
Sam, you still there?
Yes.
All right, so the officer that you spoke to at the front desk, he said if you want to make a complaint, you can come to the department and make one, okay?
I basically, he has harassed me, by the way, and I don't have to. I can't come to the police department. He knows that, so that's why he's saying that. I have a right to make a complaint. He ignored my complaint, and then he sat there and falsely accused me. He's like, I'm sitting there speaking against crime. He's like, you're bashing people. Okay, well, excuse me, speaking against crime is not bashing people. So I made him, like, take a look in the mirror at himself to realize that he's speaking against himself, if he was lawful, by the way, a law enforcement officer. Speaking against crime, that means law enforcement officers are bashing people if they speak against crime. So he's not logical. So that's delusional thinking. Okay, the thing has been a systematic, organized gang stalking, harassment done by police and other people throughout my city, amongst the supremacists, by the way, racist supremacists who are terrorizing me for being a victim of domestic violence. And then insulting me for being a victim, calling, oh, you're your victimhood, oh, your victim mentality. I'm a victim. I don't know what the problem is.
Okay. Do you want to hear your options again?
Okay, the thing is, I basically called earlier today at 3 o'clock. I called a number of times, and they said officers would come here. They never showed up all day long. And I called like 5 times about every other hour or something like that until this time, all up to 12. I called at 10. I called at like 8. I called at like around 6. I kept calling all the way since 3 o'clock, and nobody showed up. So they were supposed to come here to take my complaint, and they refused to. Because why? Because they're racist.
Didn't the officer call you, though, talk to you about it?
No. All day long. Nobody showed up.
Now you're lying.
No, I'm not. That's not true. I don't lie. Don't call me a liar. That's rape.
Well, that's not racist. I'm just saying.
I said that's rape to call me a liar when I'm not lying. Nobody showed up.
I know no one came. I know an officer called you, though.
It's not on my call ID. No, I was here all day long, and I called every 2 hours. I called every 2 hours.
Oh, I'm confused.
I called every 2 hours.
I know you called.
Yeah, because nobody showed up and nobody called.
Oh, well, my officer said she spoke to you.
Just not too long ago.
Right.
That's just at around noon. 12. I'm sorry. At around 12 when I basically finally got in about just an hour ago.
38 minutes ago, you talked to the officer.
What's that? Don't ever falsely accuse me of lying, though. I don't lie. I'm a righteous woman. I'm a prophetess of God. Liars go to hell, and that's your lie, by the way, not mine. I'm not the liar. You are.
I'm going to give you your options one last time. You can either come here and make a report, or you can come...
You don't give me the options. You're not a police officer, and you're not my dictator either. I don't have any dictators. So this is the thing. Don't give me my options. I asked to speak to an officer to make a complaint, and I'm being refused that. So I need to speak to an officer who's going to take my complaint. I do not have to come to the police department. I fear for my life. Okay? So they sat there, offered to come here. I actually told them I'd rather do it on the phone, which I'm allowed to do. She's gonna sit there. She's a racist. I already know it. It's just systematic racism. They go, this is what they're doing, and they're sitting there calling me a liar, which is their lie, which is their rape. I just was raped by a dirty female. They should just have a vaginisectomy. They're nasty. They need to be spaded or something. They're nasty. They shouldn't be. It should not even be speaking to me. It's not my equal. It's not a woman. I don't even know what it is.
List of further options. Please press 2.
You're sitting there manipulating. Oh, well, you just spoke to her. No. Every 2 hours, I did not speak to anybody. They did not. They never showed up. Did she call me a liar? No, they never showed up.
Detective.
You sick.
Press 3.
They're like the child molester, mass child molester, Glenn Green, who was on Megan's Law, sitting there saying, "Oh, you have a dirty mind for me speaking against child molestation," because they have a dirty mind because they're child molesters. That's all they are. They should throw themselves in the garbage. They're filthy creatures.
Police, press 9. Or for further assistance, please press 0.
Vineland Police, operator 9966.
I need to speak to an officer to make a complaint, please.
Hey, hold on.
They're gross. Yeah, I gotta take a shower after this. I just feel so fucking raped. I just want to, with a Brillo pad. I am. They're foul. Like, I feel so filthy and dirty. They're foul creatures. They shouldn't even ill. And a woman on top of that, they actually, if a woman comes and encounters me, and they're vile like that and just degenerate and shit, it's just like I shouldn't even feel dirty. Like, they should go clean themselves. Like, go cleanse yourself. Like, inwardly, like douching inwardly, spiritually inwardly. I was gonna say spiritually inwardly, but I'm gonna add a douche on that. And basically just take an hour hot bath, man. Ew. Go clean yourself, purify yourself. Some kind of